Hey y'all, what's good? This your boy Matto MTL coming at you with the bars after the intro. Unmute and y'all can yell. Sit back, relax, grab a beer and Bud Light. You're here with L Doggy, J Dooney, Q Mart. They don't bite. Oh, and you're listening to episode 134. The guys invited me because they heard me knocking at the door.
Oh.
I'm not just here to help them say c'est très joli, which they might have learned from Jiffy. So what better way to kick off the show than with a partial French Canadian? Oui, that's me.
Yo, chill, bro.
Très joli.
Très joli. Holy joli.
That was a Trey 4 fucking flow, bro. Holy.
Fantastique, bro.
I said, look, you guys come with the heat every week. I gotta bring some, so I'm gonna match that energy.
Oh, my bars are gonna look
Incroyable.
lackluster at best, but we'll do our best. What's going on, everyone, and welcome to True to Size. We are a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and I am joined by the rest of the team at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
Très joli.
And Mr. Alvin Martinez.
C'est incroyable.
And are you guys ready? It's nothing. I like the ho, Joel. That was very French of you. All right, here we go. He's like the Ash Ketchum of sneakers because he's got to catch them all. He's super cute, but we'll say très joli because he's from Montreal.
Oh.
We may end up talking about stepmoms and pizza boys, but I don't want to foreshadow. We'll do our best to keep it PG, but no promises. Ain't that right, Matto?
Oh, snap. I love it. Thank you. So, Lawrence, I'm going to hang on after this, record this, and make that a ringtone if you don't mind.
Oh, absolutely. We'll run it back. I'll send the lyrics. Matt, thank you for being here. We appreciate it all the way from MTL. Long-time listener. We've been meaning to do this for quite some time, but the quarantine happened, and then life happened. But we're here now. We're happy to have you. Thank you for being here.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Of course. We've got a really fun show this week. I'm going to say it again. We've got a really fun show this week with some fun news to cover in This Week in Kicks. Later in the show, we're going to talk NBA playoffs because we don't talk basketball enough. Also, probably going to get mad at LeBron James for something that's not even basketball related, which is going to be fun. Then our guest, Matt O, is making his True to Size debut, so he gets to play 21 questions, and he'll be the first guest to be run through our new game. How much is that? It got a good reception last week, so we've got to bring it back.
Yeah.
Then Matt is going to share some stories from his previous employer that you will not want to miss. But first, Alvin.
Fire round.
That was beautiful. Yes, the fire round. We like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners. And this week's question comes from really good Instagram name, really good guy too, Nabiliard.
Oh, yes,
You'll remember
yes.
Nabil.
What's up, brother?
Nabiliard.
Nabiliard. Because he plays games.
Billiard? Nah,
Billiard?
Nabiliard. Anyways, he wants to know, by the way, he was excited because last time we read out his fire round question was the week of his birthday.
Hey, belated happy birthday.
Happy belated. I think it was like 4 months ago, but happy belated. He wants to know what low-key sneaker is currently on your radar. And he means by low-key, it should be something not hype and possibly something that's not even from a major brand.
Ooh.
His answer, he just got his pair of Diadora X Bait N9000 Skeletors, which is what inspired the question in the first place.
Nice.
So I'll go first to give you guys a second to think about it. And I didn't even realize these were on my hit list until like 2 days ago, until I re-saw it and I saw the price that they're at, and I was like, these can be a thing. And it's from one of the major brands, so I don't know if it's cheating. Nabil can let me know. But it's the Nice Kicks Ultra Boost, the white and tie-dye. I'm a huge fan of tie-dye. I don't know if it's because I'm coming off this whole Nike Golf collection and the KDs from last week. I'm on the psychedelic wave. But I'm a huge fan of tie-dye. It looks really good on the Ultra Boost with the white Boost outsole. And they're not going for a lot of money. Like, they're less than retail right now on all the major reselling platforms. So I feel like I could get a good deal if I keep my eyes open. But I'm going to do, the Nice Kicks X Adidas Ultra Boost, the tie-dye, the white and tie-dye. Really cool shoe. Summer's ending, so it's kind of late, but summer 2021, catch me in my Nice Kicks Ultra Boost. Alvin, what about you?
The New Balance 1500 I guess the Miami Vice colorway. It's like all white with the teal with a hint of pink.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those were on sale at End Clothing for the longest time, and they've been in my fucking cart. Just never pulled the trigger, and now they're gone.
So this is one of those situations where they kept reminding you something was in your cart and you didn't actually go back.
But it's all right. It wasn't meant to be, but those are dope. Like, dope summer shoe. It's just, I didn't want to pay duties.
Yeah.
That's all. It was a really good price, though. Like, pretty much half price what it would be Canadian.
Damn.
But it's still...
Check the outlets then.
Pricey,
that means it's due for an outlet drop.
Yeah, probably.
That's what it sounds like to me. Keep your eyes peeled at the outlet. I have faith. Joel, what about you? Something low-key you've had your eyes on?
Low-key, my radar's always on point when it comes to Air Forces.
Oh, yes.
Like some dude like this weekend was wearing the black and white Air Forces, which was my pick couple weeks ago. And I'm like, right now I'm like on the hunt for them. Like, I don't know where to find them. But if any listeners are out there, it's the black midsole with the white upper and the black swoosh. That's what I'm looking for. Hit me up. Yeah. But yeah,
it's like a mix of the like run your pockets, but also a mix of like the summertime fresh. I like it.
Yeah.
That's basically Joel in a nutshell. Like when you see him, it's like, oh god, this guy's gonna ask me to run my pockets, and then you actually speak to him, and it's like, oh, he just wants to chill. He's just a nice man. That's a good look for you, Joel. I respect it. What about you, Matto?
You know what? Low key. I don't know. I'm not big into Reebok, but the Reebok Club C vote for the first pitch. Oh. You know, their new stuff that's doing the first pitch for fund the shoe to get it made. I don't know. Those are kind of cool. The voting concept, you know, I'm big into like, you know, my grandfather always told me if you don't vote, you don't have a right to bitch and complain later. So I'm big into voting. So I think, you know, anything that'll help people get to the polls in the U.S. and stuff, it's a cool release. Yeah, that's on my radar.
I do like that, yeah. Are you going to try? That's part of the first pitch, so you could potentially get them for $1. Are you going to be in on that?
I don't know. I'd have to do my whole U.S. shipping address thing. I got my box in New Hampshire because I tried the Canadian site. They're like, sorry, it's not. Where are you from? Canada or U.S.? You put Canada. Sorry, first pitch is not available here.
Yeah.
I'm not down to go through all those headaches.
Is that because I've never heard that before? From Toronto or Ontario, our PO boxes are Buffalo. Or is that a Quebec thing? Is that the PO box, like the reshipping services for you guys? Are they all like New Hampshire or?
I don't know. I would say the most ideal place is to be Vermont because it's like right over the border from over here. But New Hampshire, like I guess maybe because there's like no sales tax and stuff in the state, that it's an ideal place for people to set up those reshipping businesses. So basically, you get a locker. Whatever you buy goes to the locker, and then you have to pay them extra. But it's crazy shipping. It's like $60-$70 to ship it out of your locker. Like that's how they make money. It's like I mean, they're taking the risk to send something over the border to you. True. They don't know what they're sending out, right? So I guess you understand.
That's facts. Yeah. Ooh, I didn't think of that. They don't even know what's in that box. I didn't think of that. That could definitely come back to bite them in the ass. Good question, Nabil. Good answers from everyone. If you would like to submit a question for the fire round and have us answer it on the pod, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us at canadagotsoul@gmail.com. Next up is the CGS picks. Each week we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if it's poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Alvin's trademarked phrase.
C'est très joli.
Hey! There we go. We're picking up steam with this now. I like it. And we're going to let the person who guesses the number in my head or closest to it go first for the CGS pick. Alvin, what's your guess?
69.
Oh, close. Joel, what's your guess?
96.
Matto, what's your guess?
I don't know, 23.
It was actually 700,008. No one was even. I'm going to go first because that was an embarrassing effort from everybody. Not even within like arm's reach. My pick this week is, speaking of low key and off the radar, these are interesting. It's Marvel and Adidas. Don, D-O-N, so Spida Mitchell. No, yeah, Spida Mitchell's shoe. Collaboration with Spider-Man. like, duh.
Yeah.
Spider Mitchell, Spider-Man, like, come on.
Spider-Man,
So it's the
duh.
Spidey Sense Dawn issue 2, Donovan Mitchell's signature sneaker, the second edition. It's a cool looking shoe, man. It's, when you think Spider-Man, obviously you think like green, or sorry, not green, red, blue, maybe white, black, whatever. This is lime green. And it's got like the waves almost on the side, like it's supposed to look like the spider sense, like they're tingling. So it's like the waves coming off on the side. Lime green upper with like almost like a dark mint midsole, lime green translucent outsole. It's got the red accents throughout. It looks like it might have the Spider-Man logo on the heel there. I can't see a full picture on the article that I have. But overall, just like a cool shoe, like really eye-catching. I know for me personally, I like my basketball shoes to be like as bright as fucking possible so that my moves might not be the best, but like they'll be distracted by my feet and I'm like, whoa, and I'll be able to get by them real quick. So I'm in on these for sure. Really cool shoe. I've heard good things about all of the new Adidas basketball shoes, the Damian Lillard and the Dawn issue 2. So I'm definitely interested in these. They have the Bounce midsole, which is essentially like a springier version of Boost that they use in their basketball sneakers. Supposed to release next week, which is August 28th. Hopefully we get a Canadian release. I don't see why we wouldn't, because this doesn't seem like one of those shoes that wouldn't come here. I don't know what the Canadian retail is, but US is 100, so maybe $150 Canadian. Definitely a good price point for a solid basketball sneaker and a cool collaboration. Like if Nike does a collaboration with Marvel, that's just having lineups out the door. So
Yeah.
I mean, this is a really cool collab, really cool design, inspiration. There's the whole reason d'etre, like there's a reason it exists, with the Spider Mitchell and Spidey Sense theming here. So I'm in. I like these. Not quite whoop-de-whoop, just I'm gonna call it a scoop right now. If basketball ever comes back, because we just got news today, me and Alvin, that our permit was canceled for the foreseeable future. So we're not playing basketball for a while. But when we do, we're gonna look good. Alvin, what do you got?
I got the ZX 5000 from the ZX series, specifically the National Park Foundation one with it's like the Joshua Tree. So the Joshua Tree National Park is in California. It's where a lot of people go to be enlightened and do drugs and find their way in life.
Yeah.
The color itself for the shoe is super dope. Like, so it's supposed to represent the sunrise when you're at the Joshua Tree National Park. So obviously it's got the hint of purple, orange, and then you got the yellow in there. Kind of like the Phoenix Suns type colorway shoe. And then you also have like, you know, around the toe box, you got like the off-white or like the patina-ish.
Oh, it's an off-white collaboration?
Yeah.
Oh,
basically.
Virgil.
Jeez.
Virgil.
And you also got like a hint of pink in there somewhere. Like on the back heel, the heel counter on the back there, you got some pink.
Yeah.
It's pretty cute. And then it's got two pull tabs.
Yeah, there's someone on the side.
Yeah, man. Overall, really dope shoe. The ZX series itself is pretty dope. Like, I think it's 25 pairs of shoes. Each pair represents like a letter, and like it's a whole story behind it. But basically, it's just to you know, commemorate the ZX series for Adidas. Not all the shoes have been released or have even been sneak peeked.
Yeah, there's 25 pairs, right? So,
yeah, but I've heard of some serious things coming through the pipeline. So hopefully we'll be able to see what that is pretty soon. I'm sure we'll see it on Shango's foot sometime.
Yeah,
so.
facts.
Yeah, for real.
Keep your eyes peeled for this whole thing, because this whole 25, like anything that comes in a pack of 25
It's going to be pretty
set to
serious.
be pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Like there's not too many brands that would even attempt to do 25 pairs of literally anything.
Yeah.
So
And I think it's releasing like every Friday, like one every Friday.
that's like the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm about it.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Can I ask you guys, do
Yeah.
any of you guys actually really use pull tabs on sneakers? Let alone need to?
I use my finger.
I use my finger, and I don't use the pull tab because I'm scared I'm going to rip it.
Yeah, that too.
I
That
don't want to
too,
rip
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ditto.
I will give it to these though. It looks like it's almost like a leather pull tab. Like it looks like, because it's meant to be like a
Hiking.
ACG-ish,
Yeah.
hiking kind of thing. It looks like it's a pretty heavy duty pull tab. At least the one on the side is.
Yeah, facts.
On this pair. But yeah, generally I'm not a pull tab guy because I'm scared I'm going to rip it. What about you? Matt O?
Oh, hell no. Hell
No?
no. I put my fingers in the back and
Yeah.
I'll buy gift. You know when you burn your fingers
Oh,
by
yes.
just forcing your foot down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, like you're shoehorning it with your fingers.
Exactly.
You're just
Yeah.
like saying goodbye to your knuckles every time you do it. Like, you know it's worth it.
I was gonna say it's not like shoehorns are expensive either. They're like literally
Yeah.
probably 99 cents anywhere,
Yeah.
and still we
And
all
they work so much better.
Yeah.
perfectly. They have one purpose and they do a great job. And for some reason, we still decide to rip the skin off of our fingers.
Yep.
Joel, what's your pick this week?
Speaking of Air Forces,
Who was speaking about Air Force?
speaking of green, but yeah, my pick is the Air Force One High. It's a colorway that's set to come out soon. There's no release date yet, but it's white. It's a white high, white strap, and it's green. It has a green midsole, green swoosh, green heel counter. So it's white and green. You cannot go wrong with these two colors at all on one shoe. It's super, super clean. One thing that would probably been better is if they made a green strap instead of the white strap. That would have set it off even more. But yeah, these are super, super cute for me. But yeah, it's set to come out soon. No release date yet. Probably $100 US. That's probably, I don't know, 150 Canadian or something like
150,
that.
140.
But yeah, man, super cool shoe.
Do you prefer the high Air Force to the mid Air Force?
Low.
Low, but between okay. So we'll go back to the original question here. Do you prefer the high or the mid? I'm not a fan of the mid.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just the working at Foot Locker for
High
too
school,
long.
man.
Yeah, working at Foot Locker for too long really turned me off of the mid
And it's that strap.
partial strap
That partial
thing
strap.
that
yeah.
we would like leave open or like tie behind. Like it was just weird. This one, at least on the high, you can take it completely off.
Yeah.
It's not as thin. It's not attached to the shoe.
Facts.
So are you going with high? Okay,
Yeah. High.
The low.
got it. Yeah.
The low.
Final answer, Bob.
Finally, I was gonna
Yeah.
say. Name a fruit that starts with the orange. What does Popeye like to eat?
Chicken.
Matt O, I heard you have a. First of all, did you listen to the podcast last week?
I did, and it was thumbs down across the board.
Yeah, I was gonna say your pick this week. We actually never did it in the CGS picks, but got a unanimous thumbs down from the entire group. So I'm excited to hear you speak about it and maybe change our minds, maybe agree with us. We'll see. Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was honestly in the same boat as everybody else. These are the Union Jordan 4 Guava Ice colorway. I was like, what the hell? Union's like, you know, they're too big. They're getting too big headed. Like the Jordan ones were like, okay, and then blew up and everyone all of a sudden was like super into them and super cool. Now they're like, you know, pushing it a little bit with the 4s.
Yeah.
But then, you know what? The more I stare at this thing, the more I'm kind of like falling in love with it, which is like always the problem with ugly shoes.
That's true.
You know, I said the same thing about the Yeezy McChickens when they dropped them. I've got them right in front of me. You know, I had 2 pairs of these damn things. Okay, I sold one off because I'm just out of Yeezys now. But I mean, I thought they were so ugly. They were ugliest Yeezy to ever release. But then you know what? I fell in love with them. I really like ugly shoes or shoes that people don't like as much. So I don't know. They're growing on me. So for me, they're like a cute, but not a scoop.
Got it. Okay. I can live with that.
Yeah.
If you guys want, we can go into the thumbs up, thumbs down right now, unless it's very straightforward for you. Alvin, is it just you fucking hate the shoe or?
Like the ones I find the ones are bangers.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
And like there was like a story with the colorways. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like there was some sort of something.
There's a deep story with the 4s, but it's a stretch for me. I don't know it.
Yeah.
I read it and I forgot it. To
Well,
be
then
fair,
it wasn't.
I don't know it. I guess that's what I mean. It's not. It doesn't
Like-
hit the same as
And it's just like what got me first was the cut off tongue or whatever the wrong was with the tongue in the first place. And I was like, what are you doing butchering this shit?
And then they were like, but
Yeah.
you can just unstitch it and it's back to normal.
Yeah, but it's just like still like the colorways don't make sense. Which is cool. Like, do you like a lot of people like them?
Yeah.
A lot of people are hyping over them, especially now with the unstitched tongues and shit. So good on you. I'm gonna save my money though.
Yeah, for real.
That's it.
Yeah.
I know with the tongue part, at least, the whole inspiration there was because people used to wear it with the tongue folded down so you could see the Air Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's upside down on the Jordan 4. So when you flip it, but then the thing is like the same mistake they made with the Bel Air 5 where they didn't give you the option to have lace like eyelets.
Yeah.
They literally just closed them and made them
grapes.
laceless grape 5s.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Bel Air. Yeah, the Will Smith,
Fresh
whatever
Prince
they
or
were, Fresh
whatever.
Prince, whatever you want to call it. They didn't give you the option. Like it's different than giving you a pair of grape 5s that have the eyelets punched out already, like a regular pair of grape 5s, but don't include laces. If you want to go get laces and put them in after, that's fine. But the whole concept is Will didn't wear them with laces. He didn't have eyelet-less shoes. So this is like the same thing for me with these 4s. It's like you're not even just like Velcro. It's stitched down. So it doesn't give you the option, and if you want to make it look like a normal Jordan 4, you're snipping the stuff that they stitched down and making it like you have to change it that dramatically.
Yeah.
So for me, like it's a miss in that sense. Like maybe I don't know what you do. Maybe you just make it Velcro so you can fold it down and fold it up so it doesn't look so weird when you first get it. Because honestly, with the tongue folded down like that, it looks like a Fusion Jordan 4. Like it looks like an Air Force. Sorry,
Air Force Fusion.
anytime you say Air Force Jordan or Fusion, people just like
Yikes.
cringe, like people's necks like curl up. But that's what it looks like to me. In all fairness, though, the other shoes that they're releasing, like the performance-looking ones, the Delta and the whatever the other one's called, are kind of cool because they're kind of utility-looking, and the colorways they used on the 4s are good enough. The Guava is definitely the better of the two. The
Yeah.
black one, the Off Noir or whatever, is kind of but the Guava works on a couple different levels. So putting it on a different shoe, you can see was a good color choice. It's just
I mean, look, you guys want
weird.
you guys want a story behind this guava shoe. I mean, I don't know. I'd have to come up with like you see that red up on the ankle. Consider that like the red of Jordan's gums, like the inside of his mouth. The pink is the giant tongue that he always had sticking out. You got that bone cream white, which is the teeth.
The
You know,
teeth.
True.
and you've got the tongue folded in half because it's already sticking out on the rest of the shoe. I don't know. There's your concept. That's that. Can you stomach it now? If that was the story that they give, it's to represent Jordan's tongue. And I don't know, the blue, pretend he had like Colgate on his teeth while he was playing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Matto. I hate it even more now.
I was never a fan of his mouth.
The Jordan gingivitis.
Gingivitis. 4. Tartar.
I'm not 100% in, but I see where you're going. Apparently, like I'm trying to read up on story and like inspiration because I know there was some. I think we talked about this with Sean Collard. Are they just going to keep digging up stories about Tinker drew this in fucking 4th grade? Apparently, the original Tinker sketch of the Jordan 4 was in this guava-ish colorway. Pinky.
Because he didn't color it, bro.
He probably just had a fucking
It's
pencil.
black and
Yeah.
white, dog.
Yeah.
He had a pen and a pencil. That's the blue and the red. That's probably the story. But anyways,
That was a good one, though.
yeah, I know what? I prefer the gingivitis force
Yeah,
to
facts.
the Tinker didn't have Adobe Illustrator back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way. So sorry, what did you? I completely forgot what your answer was there, Matt. But what is it? Not thumbs up. Is it scoop? What did you call it? I don't remember.
I'm a cute, but
Cute.
I don't know, not a scoop. Yeah, it's
Not-
not my
not
style,
yet.
but I think it's kind of dope. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of dope.
It's dope because it's ugly. I don't disagree with that.
Exactly.
I can give you. I'll give
Exactly.
you that. Next up, This Week in Kicks. This is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers, and a couple of really fun things to talk about this week. So first of all, for anybody who was into sneakers in the early 2010s or late 2000s, pre-orders are back. Ladies and gentlemen, pre-orders are back. Not in the way that you think, though. So, in the age of the incredible hype levels with sneakers nowadays, there's bots that are ruling the internet. They're literally taking over. It's Terminator style. Brands and shops are doing whatever they can to kind of deter people from reselling and make sure the sneakers, we hope, they are trying to make sure the sneakers get into the hands of the people that want to keep them and their loyal customers.
Yeah.
So enter, we're going to get Matt O to say this. ALD, how do you say this brand name?
ALD.
Aimé Leon.
Aimé Leon d'Or.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
this
just hits different when a French
You just
person
say it
says
so
it.
much better, bro.
We have
Yeah.
to like sit
Sorry.
here and like
We struggle.
yeah, we're having to like over enunciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what Matt said. So ALD is coming with a a couple really successful New Balance collaborations they've had in the last couple of years. Really successful. They're back with another one, and it's now a couple of tonal NB 1300s, which are really clean. There's a pink, like a what color? Like a mulberry purple and like a foresty green. Like they're really, really clean. But what they're doing now, so instead of just releasing it on their website, letting people go nuts, letting the bots eat it, let them do something really creative, whatever, they're just flipping the script and they're making both available for pre-order on their website. I'm not sure if they're still up, but it was up for quite some time. It was up for a couple days. And essentially that to make it bot proof, so you couldn't just have bots pre-ordering the pairs, you would go on the website, you would perform the transaction of, I guess, saying you want to get it. Yeah. You would go through the carding process, whatever, put in your information. Then you would get an email. You then have to go through the email, click on like confirm, like kind of when you do like a livestock raffle, you have to go back and like confirm your submission. Yeah. Go to that, and then you're entered. So it's a 2-step process. And once again, they're making it so that everyone who wants it can get them, essentially. If you had the money in the 2 or 3 days they had the pre-order open. And then it's reserved for you, and then they said they're going to release it ahead of their fall-winter 2020 collection. So a couple months, I guess. Yeah. I guess New Balance is dropping everything to make a ton of fucking ALD collabs. But what do you guys think of this? Because it kind of, for me, goes both ways. Like, if it was a shoe that I wanted, I would probably be thrilled. Yeah. But it's also like you don't want every shoe to be unlimited at the same time. As much as we say like you want to wear your kicks, everyone get their shoes. Like for me personally, I don't want every single shoe that comes out to be unlimited amounts. Partially just for the thrill of the hunt, thrill of the exclusive. Like there is a thrill to getting exclusive things and being one of the few or whatever to have it. And then I don't want to just make these brands become limitlessly rich, because that just makes me upset to know that they would sell trillions of pairs of these things and just stupid rich for no reason. They would stop trying, whatever. So for me, it kind of goes both ways, but I want to get your guys' thoughts because, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. Especially not the pre-order system like Foot Locker had back in the day when it was a Jordan. There was still a limited amount of these shoes, and then you had to pre-order it and make sure you still got there in time for the pre-order. This is different in the sense that it seems like the shoe is not even made yet. In a couple months, they're going to be producing them, and then they'll ship them out. Yeah. Like, what are your thoughts on this? We'll start with Alvin. What do you think about this?
I think it's dope. Because not everyone who wants them will know the process of how to get them. So at the end of the day, you'll still have people who still really want them. There'll still be stupid hype just because it's ALD. Like, I don't know. Like you said, it goes both ways, but I think it'll go for the better. I mean, especially for ALD, they'll get stupid rich.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I said, you're making endless amounts of money. Yeah. Like, why limit yourself?
But then their apparel is going to be like, their apparel still limited. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I think they'll be fine. And in terms of hype wise, man, like people will still miss the drop. People will still miss the pre-orders and shit.
Always.
So there's always going to be people who will want to pay resale for it. The resale might just not be as high as it would be as if it was limited pricing.
You would hope not. Yeah. Like if people are still paying resale for a shoe that you could have got for a couple days, and that's just dumb on your part.
And I would assume other stores will still end up releasing these anyway, like stores in Europe and stuff.
That's a good point, yeah.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, I think once in a while it's a cool thing to do, like for the fans. Like it's literally like, this is for the fans. Like here you go. I'm just not sure how I feel about it on a regular basis. Yeah. But Joel, what do you think? Not pre-orders like they used to be. Pre-orders like it hasn't even been made yet. Do you want this? And we'll make it for you.
Yeah, it's like you guys are saying. It's like a win-win situation kind of thing. It still builds the hype for ALD, and you know, it's also like, I guess for the ones that are searching for the shoe or just waiting for the shoe to drop, it's a good on them as well. Like that secures their pair. And, you know, like Alvin said, it's going to be everywhere pretty much and whatnot. So it's like a win-win either way. So I don't know. I don't feel any ways about it.
Feel no ways?
Yeah.
Matt O, round us out. How do you feel about this whole new system that ALD is trying to do?
I'm a no on this, mostly because I like exclusive stuff. You know, obviously we like to complain. I've given up on complaining for sneakers that I don't get, but sneakers that are released, because why cry over spilled milk, right? But or spilled bags of milk, as we would in Canada.
Hey, only in the eastern part of Canada, though. That's a new revelation here. In the West, they don't do bags of milk. Allegedly.
Oh yeah. Okay. Allegedly.
We'll ask one of the out westers. Maybe it depends on your city. I don't know. Anyway, sorry to cut you off. Continue.
But yeah, no, I'm big on getting sneakers that, like, there's a finite supply of. I mean, but it's capitalism, right? If there's a demand and enough people are there to fill it, I mean, it's what Reebok's doing for First Pitch. It's how any
True.
Indiegogo or GoFundMe campaign works. As soon as you can reach a certain number that makes sense to produce the shoes, and if more people want to keep going, why would you ever stop? It's like, no one would ever say no to more money to develop the brand. So I could see it as being cool, like, once in a while, Yeah, but I'm a no overall for the concept.
Seems like we're all on the same page. I like it. I like it. Good vibes so far. Next, this is fun. You can now own a piece of space on your feet. Are you ready for this?
What?
I know, that was the best catch-all.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait. You're not ready for this. Here we go. So, luxury custom retailer Caviar is giving you the opportunity to literally, not really, figuratively, walk in space. So, they have recently launched a collection entitled Musk Beyond Mars, like Elon Musk, Beyond Mars, that takes actual pieces of Elon Musk's manned spacecraft, the Dragon. What a cool, like, 4-year-old spaceship name. The Dragon. What are you going to call your spaceship? I don't know, Dragon.
When you're rich, you can call it
Shoots fire out the back. It's like a dragon. You call it a dragon. And it takes these pieces and it integrates them into iPhones and also sneakers. So kind of interesting. The iPhones come with a fully custom casing. They go, I think it's the newest one, whatever the newest one is, like fucking 18. I don't know, whatever they're on. Range anywhere from $5,800 US to $6,200 US. So brand new phone, also with a custom case with pieces from Dragon. The sneakers, they're limited to 49 pairs. They're Air Force Ones. They'll run you $1,300 USD. Not awful.
It's not a Dior.
It's not a Dior.
Yeah.
It's true. It was in space.
It's in space.
Like, that's kind of cool. So the shoes are predominantly like a pewter, like a dark gray. They're all custom hand painted. They have like a Mars motif on the heel. It's actually a really fucking cool shoe. If you want to search it up while you're listening, like the custom job is really well done. It's got like almost like a lava looking motif on the heel, but it's like Mars and it's 3M. So it's like a solar red, orange, but 3M with like Mars detailing. The actual piece of the spacecraft comes in the form of like a Dubray on the sneakers, on the laces. So one of them has a Dubray, another one has like a motif of like the Dragon spaceship or whatever. And they're available right now on caviar.global. As of yesterday, they were not sold out.
I'm good.
Honestly, okay, all things I know it's a lot of money. All things considered, for a custom piece done by a luxury retailer with a piece of space on it, $1,300 seems reasonable for somebody who has it like that.
Yeah.
If I had it like
That's
that,
like
that's
pocket
something I would
change,
go
bro.
for. That's something I would be into.
That's like
'Cause
my beater shoe.
Yeah.
How many people can say this was in space for anything in their house, in their life? Nothing.
Depending on how high I am, sometimes I feel like I'm in space. So
That's something completely different.
Riding the dragon.
Puff the magic dragon, baby. Maybe at some point in this episode, we'll do what we would call a spaceship. If you guys want to think about that moving forward, what you would call your spaceship. Because dragon would not be my choice. Like, that's literally like, it sounds like Kaya made that. She's like, I'm going to call it dragon. Like, even Kaya could come up with something more creative than fucking dragon. But I digress. Sorry, Elon. You're a good friend of the show. Come on the show. We'd love to talk to you. Next up, previously in Kicks, this is the part of the show where we review our latest pickups and recap the latest happenings in our sneaker lives. And I have nothing new in the pickups, but I do have a question. And it's for Alvin. And I want to know, how were the spiral Q-tips you purchased a couple weeks ago? Because we never got the update, and I need to know. I have been thinking about it constantly, and you've been blue-balling us for weeks. And I need to know how these spiral earwax Q-tips worked out for you.
they're definitely like getting... They need getting used to, because they're definitely not like a regular Q-tip.
It's probably a weird sensation.
But they feel good, man.
Okay, they feel good.
They feel good.
How do they work?
They work well.
Okay.
So long as you go the right direction. You know what I mean? Like, you
Screw
don't
it
go
into your
backwards.
ear.
If you follow the arrow that's on the actual handle, it works. Like, it's pretty good. Like, it'll pull out, not that my ears are dirty as fuck, but like
But it
it'll
works.
take out the wax. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
and it's like on the spiral, like the drill, like it's on the
it's
drill
on
bit.
there.
It's pretty cool.
I'm trying to keep my ears really dirty for like the next few weeks.
Just to see
No,
how.
I'm talking shit.
It's fucking disgusting.
So if I can't hear
So you can make an infomercial about how they
Look how
work.
dirty my ear was. Now they're so clean.
Dude, people on these infomercials have never cleaned their ears in their fucking
have
life.
you seen an infomercial? It's nasty, bro.
They're pulling like chunks of shit out of there, bro. Like, come on.
But like, I feel like it's like a once a week, twice a week type thing.
So you're
'cause I
still a
use-
regular Q-tip
I still
guy
use a Q-tip guy
for the
because you can't
exterior
use
parts.
that spiral to clean the exterior, bro. You're gonna
Yeah.
That's right into your eardrum. You're
Yeah.
down the ear canal with that baby,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're
And
you're
twisting
just
it out.
twisting. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
nice,
yeah.
man.
Keep us updated.
Cool.
Let us know. Hopefully, you don't rupture anything. Like, keep us.
I'm not trying to jab it.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like, you know when you put it in your ear and it feels good?
Yeah, that addictive
Does it make
feeling.
you? Does it give you that that
Yeah.
kind of?
Do you get
You know
the?
how sometimes it's like itchy, but you don't know where to itch it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll reach that.
It reaches
Yeah.
in there.
Sick.
Like you're not just doing like the
Yeah,
like
no,
it gets
no.
in there.
It's not like a Q-tip where you're like, and it's like
Yeah.
pushing it in. When you're actually doing it,
You
it's
feel
just-
it from like
yeah,
that.
because the Q-tip literally just. Sorry, we're gonna start talking about earwax.
Today on NSR.
Yeah, literally.
What do you do with your earwax?
I kind of regret. I sell candles on Etsy.
Yeah, there you go. Stick a string on it, light it up, yo.
God. All right, Alvin, tell us about your pickups and stuff that you got this week because we need to stop talking
Oh
about
my
ears and
gosh.
earwax and Q-tips.
So what's his our homie Bryce Kicks?
Mm.
He posted a while back that he copped like a Carhartt shirt on Amazon. And he's like, yo, good material, whatever. And I had it in my cart for so long, I finally pulled the trigger.
You do that often, eh?
What, leave it in my cart?
Yeah.
Because if
You're one of those guys?
if it sells out, it wasn't meant to be. But if it's still there a couple weeks later, then I'm like, all right, cool, I'll buy it.
All right, fine.
So I copped a navy one. It's like it's those Carhartt pocket tees. So my only thing with it is the sleeves are kind of long, but if you fold them up twice, it's the perfect length.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
I always found Carhartt boxy, but
Yeah.
that was just me.
I'm a bigger dude though. You're skinny as fuck, so it's
I
like
get an XL. We wear the same size, but we're not the same shape.
No.
That's the problem.
but no, they like it fits. Like the length is good for me. The width is good. Like it fits really really good. And then the pocket, like I love pocket tees, bro.
Yeah.
I'll probably rock that with the pair that Adidas sent us the other
Segue.
yesterday.
You like that?
There we go.
Bam.
Yeah, because that Carhartt will match with the yellow midsole.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Good teaser.
But,
Speaking of midsole yellow, boom, go.
Boom. So Adidas sent us the ZX 8000 Superstars, which is essentially a ZX 8000 with, I would say, like a print of a ZX of a Superstar on it.
Yes.
So the yellow on the midsole of that ZX is supposed to represent what your midsoles are going to look like after you've had them for so long, which I've had a pair that were that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they even did the toe box of the actual Superstar on the toe box of the ZX.
Yep.
Very cool details. I personally thought it looked like a golf shoe, which isn't
Yeah.
a bad thing. Like getting this pair makes me kind of want to golf even more now.
We're getting there.
So I kind of have a golf shoe.
We're working on it.
And then the cool part is like the detailing, man. Like even when you look at the tongue, if you take out the laces of like the actual laces, the laces of a Superstar are on there too.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Which is
cool.
pretty dope. Yeah, man, this whole ZX series is crazy. I can't wait to see what else they come out with. Like that ZX 1000 that they dropped, like I think that was the first pair that they dropped. That was a dope pair too. And then this week's pair that they're gonna drop, which was my pick for the week, is ridiculous.
So yours was the one that you just got, the Superstar, was the second
it was a second
in the line of 25.
Yeah,
And your pick this week was the third.
yeah.
This is going to be hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
We're going to need like a weekly written submission from good friend of the show, Suji Cypherson.
Suji.
The written little blurb about each one so that we can keep up. Because he's going to be one of the few people who's able to keep up with
Mon
everything.
frère Alex.
For sure, yeah. Très, très joli.
Il est très joli.
Those are fucking great 6 French here. Is that it for you? That's a sick pickup. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Anything
I think
else?
that was it.
That's it for you.
That was it, yeah.
Okay. Joel, anything for you?
Nah, that's none for me.
And Mr. Matt O, anything, I know you weren't here last week, so anything in the last couple weeks for you?
Yeah, so my most recent ones, you guys can officially call yourselves influencers because
Oh,
I've
shit.
been berate. My eardrums have been berated, nice and clean eardrums, have been berated with you guys talking about New Balances for weeks on weeks on weeks on weeks and episode over episode. So I said, you know what? Let me look into what all this hype is about. Especially Alvin's feed is littered with New Balances.
Sorry,
so
bro.
I
He spends
checked
too
out
much
the.
money, yeah.
I checked.
Sees John Radner
I
too
checked
much.
out the New Balance Jeff Staple Pigeon 575s.
Those are beautiful pair.
Oh,
This guy didn't go for like a walk into Foot
I
Locker
know,
pair
right?
of 1300s, like a little burgundy, like some nice navy 1300. He went straight to like, what's the most expensive one I can get over here? Let me see what it's all about.
Let me dig into the crate.
That pair is sexy.
So
Yeah,
it's
man.
the white one, right?
The white
gray.
gray.
no. So I got the
gray.
gray. The
Oh,
gray,
okay.
The
white,
one like the pigeon
and
colorway.
Yes.
pink.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Those are fire. And my
Yep,
wide
yep.
foot, my like 10 wide, was like actually apparently coincidentally the same size as Shango. He's always saying I got a 10 slightly wide foot, so I always go with his reviews when it comes to sizing. Shout out.
No,
But,
no. We
uh,
take no. Cut it. No, cut it out. He can shout out us out for once. How about that? Anyways, sorry, continue.
Yeah, so I got those, the Pigeon 575s, and then I
So
got
good.
the I saw my buddy posted an unboxing quick on his IG of the Simpsons Vans collabs.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
which
Yeah.
pair, bro?
Oh.
Which pair did you cop?
Oh,
All of them.
I got the Bouviers, so I got all
Yes.
the sisters, Marge and her two sisters.
Yeah.
my
It's on the old
gosh,
school, right?
Yeah.
It's old school, I think.
That was
Yeah,
sexy.
I don't know if you guys have gotten a super close-up looks at these things, but they used a chenille
Yeah.
material for their hair to give the actual texture of the curls
Yes.
in their hair.
Oh
That,
my god.
it's amazing. And then on the other
Carpet.
side of the shoe, it's their legs, and only Marge's are shaved. The other two have like black fabric,
That's
strands
cool.
of fabric sticking out to make the legs look like they have stubble or that they're
That's
unshaved.
amazing,
Yeah.
bro.
The details were on point. So yeah, I picked up 2 pairs. I was like, screw this, I can't
Nice,
go lie.
nice.
Simpsons my favorite show in the world, so
Yeah, man.
yeah, those
Cool.
are my pickups.
That whole collection,
Yeah.
we never
Beautiful.
spoke about it on the show, which is a
No.
damn shame. But
Yeah.
the whole collection, out of the park.
Yeah.
Like even the slip-on, I'm not a slip-on guy. Like the motif of all the characters is insane. Like I saw the collection in
slides.
person too. The slides, the little baby, the toddler, like the Blinky, the 3-eyed fish, the toddler shoe, all of it. So well done.
Yeah.
Vans does it. Vans just knows what
Yeah,
the fuck they're doing,
they
though,
have to
man.
do it, man.
It seems like they give the designers at whatever collab just it's like do your best. There's no holds barred. It's so well done. Is that it for you? Those are 2 pretty big bangers that you picked up, but
Oh yeah, that's it for me in the past few weeks. Yeah,
got it. That's it. Just
Keeping
some
it
really
light.
expensive New Balances and one of the low key sneakers of the year.
Yeah.
No problem. Next up, thumbs up, thumbs down. In this part of the show, we give our opinion on various sneaker related topics with zero context or discussion. All we're allowed to say is thumbs up or
Thumbs down.
that's my line.
You were taking too long.
Thumbs down. We'll cut the middle part out of it. So it's kind of sneaker related and kind of not sneaker related, but it's also like very sneaker related at the same time. And I said it wasn't going to be basketball related to do with LeBron James, but it's also quite basketball related. So it's really just a mishmash of everything. I want to know thumbs up, thumbs down on the Space Jam 2 Toon Squad jersey. If you guys have not seen it yet, you haven't seen it yet?
No.
I'll pull it up for Joel while Alvin describes what it looks like.
So it's predominantly green. The Toon Squad takes up half the jersey. Like it's huge. Like they've zoomed in. It's got Nike on it. Some orange on there.
It's like a
it's like
turquoise.
teal.
Yeah, it almost looks like the All-Star jersey that Jordan wore with the Columbias. I don't remember what year that was, but it's the same like color motif. It's like a turquoise with like it's got the big Looney Tunes circle, but it's like it's fucking like 4 feet tall. Like it's massive.
Yeah.
So that's the description. If you haven't seen it, look it up. Like Joel. Alvin, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Down.
I'm also thumbs down. Joel.
Yeah, all the way down.
And Matt O.
down. Just gonna add one thing.
No,
I know
you're
I'm
not.
allowed to-
No, I'm gonna mute. I'm gonna hang up the call.
You gotta wait till someone
looks like it's
asks.
straight out of Good Morning America. Those yellow rays, orange rays. Yeah.
It's anyways.
morning,
Next up, NSR. We talk about sneakers a lot, so in this weekly segment, we're gonna take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant to the world of sneakers. Today, we're recording on Wednesday, August 19th. This is officially day 3 of the NBA playoffs. We've had 2 full days. First of all, side note, how do we feel about all-day basketball right now? If I was working from home, I would be absolutely in my bag loving this shit, but because I'm not, I hate it because the Raptors are getting shitty time. So I'm 50-50 on it. How do you guys feel about all-day basketball, Alvin? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Huge thumbs up.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I'm not working from home. I can't catch every game.
Yeah.
But when I do work from home, like Monday, or was it Tuesday? No, Tuesday.
It's basketball for 12 hours,
Like,
basically.
yo, after your lunch, wait half an hour. It's 1:30.
Boom.
Boom,
Till
basketball.
midnight.
Till like midnight.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they're good games because it's playoffs. You know what I mean? So
really
it's like,
good games.
And it's every single day, which is ridiculous.
I wish I could watch it all. That's my only thumbs down with it.
Yeah, same.
Joel, what about you?
I don't know. It sucks because I'm at work. I work 8 to 4
Yeah.
during the day. So it's like, thank goodness for PVR so I can get home. It's just a matter of like keeping away from checking the scores and whatnot. But, at least I can get home and watch the full game
Like,
and whatnot. So I don't know.
these geniuses couldn't have started the playoffs, like first day of the playoffs on a Saturday.
Right.
So it's like 1:30 to midnight on a Saturday and a Sunday. So at least you give us a taste of it until you start. Anyways, Matt, I don't know if you're into basketball or not. We should have asked this before. But how do we feel about all day basketball, whether you're into it or not?
Definitely wrong person to ask it. Give me all day hockey, eh? I'll be good with that.
You're getting all day hockey right now, actually.
Yeah.
I am, yeah. I've been watching the playoffs. So give me hockey, but I know absolutely nothing about basketball, unfortunately.
Well, I'll apologize for the NSR in advance then, but we'll tweak it for you.
Yeah.
So for the 3 of us, I want to know, that wasn't even the NSR. That was just because off the top of my head. NBA Finals predictions. It's day 2 now, day 3 of the NBA playoffs. We've had 2 full days. We've had 2 8 seeds beat 2 number 1 seeds. We've had close games. The Raptors have done well. They're 2-0. Everyone else, it looks like a lot of the series can go either way except for the Raptors, and that's not just me being biased. It's the facts.
Yeah.
What are the NBA Finals predictions from us? And then I want to know NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs Finals predictions from Matt O. Alvin, go. Boom.
Raptors
And
championship. Raptors.
Versus
Nobody. Don't matter.
and the I want to know your finals prediction.
Clippers.
Boo. Joel, finals prediction.
Clips and Raps.
I'm gonna go
Portland.
Raptors and Clippers. Matt O, who are the Stanley Cup Finals favorites in your eyes?
I'm just I would go with a hopeful answer. I know the
You're gonna say
Canadians. There's no way in
Montreal.
hell they're not going to make. They're not going to make it. We haven't won a Stanley Cup since I was born, so that's the curse of the millennials. Is curse. I don't know, man. I would say maybe be cool. I don't know. I think maybe Boston and I don't know.
Bruins.
I would like to see Colorado because they've always been one of my favorite teams.
that'd be
but
cool, yeah.
Boston and Colorado.
Since Joe Sakic days. I remember
Joe
those days.
Sakic.
The days. All right, we'll take that. So I guess we'll see whose predictions are right? We're all against each other now.
Raptors
So.
championship.
That was about 30 seconds. Good job, gentlemen. Next up, errors, edits, and e-messages. We're pretty smart guys, but from time to time we make mistakes. So if you catch us slipping, hit us in the DM and we'll let the world know that we goofed. Just one thing really quick to read out this week from a good friend of the show. Have we given him a shout out yet? Just Calby.
Who?
I know. It's been a while. I thought he stopped listening or unfriended us or blocked us or something. But he's still here. He's still around.
Oh, Ronnie Feig's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feig or Feig?
Feig.
I don't know.
Feig.
It's definitely Feig.
Yeah. Feig.
I'm not so convinced.
Monsieur
I'm
Feig.
not convinced, but we'll agree to disagree, whatever. Or agreed to disagree, whatever. Agree? No? That's a good joke. Come on.
Oh, man.
Agreed.
That was fucking stupid. So Calby says, and this was sent in by a bunch of people, just wanted to read it out really quick, because Calby said it best. I thoroughly enjoyed the game shows. Maybe they should be a recurring thing. Just saying. That's what Calby said. So I'm not going to give anything away. It was really concise, really well written from Calby. We got a lot of similar sentiments from a lot of people. They all enjoy the game show.
How much is that?
How much is that? It was a really big hit. People really liked it. I cannot confirm if it's going to be back or not. Next up, how much is that? All right, Matt. So this is going to be our new segment with guests, kind of just another icebreaker to go along with 21 questions. And it's essentially how it works. If you did not listen last week or you're not familiar, we want to know which of the two sneakers I list off for you cost more on StockX dead stock in a size 9. I know you're a size 10, so you're not familiar with the huge price gouging that goes on with the size 9 and below. But I need to know the first, how much is that? You're only going to get 2. So it's literally you get like 1 right and you're 50%, or you, like, I don't know. There's no going back here. The first one.
Okay. Let's do it.
The first
1.
How much is that? You stole my line before, and I tried to show you. I tried to throw it to you. It's like this. The first.
How much, Daddy?
There we go. Yeah, we'll get the name right next time. But yeah, that's how we do it. The first one, Travis Scott Jordan 6s versus the Jordan 1 Turbo Green from last year or the year before that.
Ooh, am I gonna sell my pair?
Yeah. See, the reason before you answer, the reason I chose this is because Alvin owns the Turbo Greens.
I love them.
And I'm not sure.
Love them.
I'm not sure. I'm not trying to give any sneak peeks here, but I'm not sure if he knows how much they cost now.
About to find out.
So we want to know, Matto.
How much is that?
There we go.
I'll be really honest with you guys. I was really not feeling those Turbo Greens when they come out.
Me either. I had a pair and sold it on release day.
I don't know. I feel like it's a trick question because people wouldn't answer the Turbo Greens. They obviously go with the hype, which is Travis. So I'm going to go with the Turbo Greens being more.
Sound. Yeah. Final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer. All right. So we'll start with the one he did not choose.
How much is that?
Thank you. Thank you, demonic Alvin. Thank you for that. We'll do the exorcism after the show. The Travis Scott Jordan 6 on StockX, dead stock in a size 9, last sold price as of yesterday, August 18th, was $856.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I swayed you with what I said about the Turbo Green, and we'll see how it worked out for you, but the Jordan 1 Turbo Green, dead stock in a size 9 on StockX, last sold price from yesterday, August 18th, was $741.
Holy.
So $100 less than the Travis Scott Jordan 6.
But that's like small
Still
foot size.
significantly more than they were a couple months ago.
Wow.
The Turbo Greens were hovering around $300 for
Retail.
the longest time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they're $741. But yeah, you got it wrong. Next.
How much, Daddy?
There we go. He's not sure. And this, in a true to size first, is a double whammy. This is when you have to do some quick maths here. I want to know the Travis Scott Jordan 1 versus the Jordan 1 Bread 2016 and the Jordan 1 Royal from 2017. So the Bread and the Royal together, or the Travis Scott Jordan 1.
Holy.
How much is that?
Oh my God. You know what? But it's still better than being thrown under the bus and given 5 seconds to name yellow Jordans or something.
There's still time.
We're not done yet.
There's still lots of time.
I don't know. You know what? Oh, Jesus. Look, if the Turbo Greens can climb that high and you got 2 classics here, Last Dance Effect,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with combining those two over the one single Travis pair. Yeah, I'm gonna final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer.
How much is that? This is the stupidest game show ever invented. All right, so we start with the one you did not choose, and that is the Travis Scott Jordan 1. The last... Alvin's like sweating.
I'm trying to see which one if I was right when I picked it.
Alvin's like, is he going to get the $1 million? The last sold price of a size 9 dead stock Jordan 1 Travis Scott on StockX. By the way, this segment brought to you by StockX Sneakers. Not really. Looking for sponsors for this segment, if anyone's out there. Last sold price, $2,365.
That's for the Travis?
Canadian dollars for the Travis Scott Jordan 1. So the price to beat, $2,365. The Jordan 1 bred from 2016. Last sold price on StockX. Alvin's freaking out. Like, he can't even keep his eyes open. Last sold price in a size 9 is $1,465.
Oh,
for one pair.
Wait, what?
The Jordan 1
Jordan
bread
1
from
bread.
2016. Just the bread.
Just the
Not
bread.
even that nice.
That's false.
whoa,
That's false.
whoa! Shots fired.
Take it back a second there, buddy. Anyways. And the Jordan 1 Royal from 2017, last sold price in a size 9 dead
That's the
stock
tumbled
on
leather.
StockX with the tumbled leather is $651, meaning they total up to $2,116, making them $250 less
Damn.
than a Jordan
That's
1
crazy.
Travis Scott. You can get two classics, the classic Jordan 1s, for less than Travis Scott.
And that's exactly what I would do.
That's what most people should do.
Yeah.
And with that, our first guest appearance on
How much is that?
was an epic failure, and he got 0 out of 2. Yeah, the lasers and everything don't take away from the 0 for 2, but I like that we're really making it fun. All right. Something more familiar now, Matt. Oh, you've been here before, you've listened before, so you know what's up next. It's 21 questions. This is your own little personal fire round. We want to get to know you a little bit, and we also want to know how you like your pizza. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
There are no wrong answers, but there are also no right answers. Question number 1, air or boost?
Air.
Question number 2, crew socks or no shows?
No shows. Definitely.
Question number 3, red or blue?
Red, 100%.
Question number 4, pineapple on pizza?
Not a question. Next. Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh, scared me there.
Yo, you almost failed.
No,
That was
No, there's no question. If someone is asking if I want pineapple, it's like, do you want fries with that? Is that even a question?
Oh.
okay. Good.
Nice, nice.
You are
We-
welcome.
All three of us looked at each other like, should we hang up the call right now? Just honestly end it. We'll just play how much is that for another hour. Question number 5, Supreme or Bape?
Ooh.
Bape, because I don't know. I went to Japan. I visited the Bape store and Supreme. They were a bunch of douchebags. Bape, they were dope.
True.
That's a good enough answer
True.
for me.
There you
Don't
go.
need a reason, but that's a good reason. Question number 6, Dunks or Jordan 1s?
Oh my god, Jordan want dunks. Get the They're way better.
Any question that's as polarizing
Oh,
and needs this
man.
much thought is a good question.
Yeah.
Question number 7, most expensive shoe you've ever purchased? You don't have to say the purchase price. You can, but what's the shoe?
Retail or resale price?
Just the most money ever coming out of your bank account for a pair of shoes.
The Kubo Jordan 12s. There's only about 1,000 of them exist, and that one broke the bank.
Oh, never even heard of it. Anyways, question number 8. Who/what influenced your current style?
Oof. Soccer hooligans? That's bad, but Stone Island CP company.
That's perfectly fine.
It works.
Yeah.
Question number 9. What is your favorite kind of chocolate bar?
Ooh.
Three Musketeers.
Oh, I hate coconut, so that's a bad answer. Question number 10. Air Max 1 or Air Max 90?
90, 100%.
Question number 11. Who is the most influential person in sneakers right now?
Everybody says Travis Scott. I don't know. Travis or Kanye. Anyone in Kanye's camp, basically.
That would be two people. So you could, the one person would be
Kanye West.
Kanye West. Okay. Question number 12. Glow in the dark or 3M?
Oh, 3M.
Question number 13. Elephant print or cement print?
Elephant. Cement's not a print.
Oh my god.
It's because he's back in
Oh, so he's
the
so-
Montreal.
Listen,
So
I
he's
know
a sneaker
Sean.
podcast.
The
listener.
Brotherhood.
The brother.
The Brotherhood. Yes.
Mon
Sean,
frère.
he's my brother.
Well, I don't. Anyways, question number 14. When you get dressed, is it shoes then fit or fit then shoes?
Shoes then fit, 100%.
Ooh. Question number 15. Vancouver or Toronto?
Vancouver.
Actually, probably, yeah. Question number
Yeah.
16.
The
Question.
tense moment right there.
Yeah, you're
I was-
right.
I was like, there
Honestly,
is
you're
a wrong
probably,
answer.
he's probably right.
Yeah.
Question number 16. You have 20 seconds. Can you name 5 red fruits?
Ooh.
Apples.
1.
Grapefruit, if that counts on
Sure.
the inside?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
It's that
I remember
time
my
limit.
first trip to the grocery store, too.
I don't. Wow, I'm blanking. I don't know.
We would
Plums on the
accept
inside?
strawberries, raspberries, tomatoes,
cherries.
cherries.
Cherries. Oh, wow.
Good try. Question
I'm
number
failing every game.
question number 17. What is the first color in a rainbow?
At the bottom or the top?
Top. Did that make a difference?
Is it-
Bottom.
I think it's like the deepest color. Is it like a bluish or a purplish?
Red is the correct answer. Roy G. Biv, guys. Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet.
Oh, Roy G. Biv.
Roy
That's
G.
a
Biv.
G. Biv.
Red. Question number 18. Can you say red 10 times fast?
Red, 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 red.
Question number 19. What do you put in a toaster?
So bread.
Oh, we got him, boys.
He said toast.
We got him.
It's because it's French
I know
toast,
these lead-ups
bro.
coming. I still didn't see it.
That's my favorite part. We can end the episode now.
Francais toast.
Dummy. Question Question number 20. What is your number one grail?
Ooh.
I own it. Coraline Dunks.
Nice.
Oh,
I can see them in the top right
cool.
corner there. Question number 21. Would you rather receive your number one grail or 3 other pairs from your top 10?
3 other pairs. Yeah.
Oh, is there a reason for that?
Yeah. Because I could get like 3 equally kind of hype sneakers. I wouldn't have the Coralines, but I could. Yeah. No, I just think quantity. I guess. I don't know.
There's no wrong answer. I was
Plus-
just curious. That's a good answer
More
either
fits.
way. More fits,
More
yeah.
fits.
Yeah.
100% more
Facts.
fits.
Mhm.
So before we get into the whole story behind what we alluded to earlier, we do want to do something quick, which is called your soulography. So it's just like a quick snapshot of your history with sneakers, and we're going to start it with what got you into sneakers in the first place.
Yeah. So. Bad breakup once, and when your friends are all kind of like, you guys have the same friends and all kinds of stuff like this. You lose contact with some people and stuff like that, and found myself gravitating towards, I found a community in sneakerheads that was super accepting of other like outsiders, willing to share knowledge. Damn, one of my first sneaker conventions, I got to meet like the arbiters of Jordan knowledge, which was Uncle Scott and Jumpman Bostic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to meet them. I just talked J's with them for like, I don't know, an hour each. I was like one of the first people to get Mr. Schollared on camera. And he said like, I don't do interviews and stuff. And I was like, come on, like, whatever. And I got him on camera. He's up on my YouTube channel and stuff. By the way, I do YouTube, Matt O MTL.
Good plug.
MATTOHMTL
Good
plug.
stuff. Now you can't get
So,
Uncle Scott
yeah.
off the camera. It's insane. Like,
I
Jesus,
know.
stop for a second, bro. Anyways, continue.
So yeah, it was cool. I mean, I got really deep into Jordans, and from there into a whole bunch of other brands. And now I'm really into like obscure sneakers, brands that people don't know as much, designer stuff. Yeah, that's what got me into sneakers.
Is that in your Instagram bio? It says sneakers and streetwear. Is it a similar path for you with streetwear, or did streetwear come first? Did streetwear come after? Where did that kind of come into play with you?
You know what? I was kind of into what Off-White was doing, and then I'm one of those people that when it gets like super popular, I kind of get turned off. So I went to one of his, I don't know, I guess you could almost say like his protege or something, but Heron Preston. Heron Preston does very loud designs and stuff too. Orange is their like activation color, like the main color and stuff, orange and black. So I got really into Heron Preston. Then I was just kind of like, well, even this is getting a little too saturated. Like, where could I go that not a lot of people, fashion-wise, that not a lot of people have kind of in here in Canada and stuff. And I found myself gravitating towards a lot of UK influencers and influences for fashion and stuff like that. And that's where kind of the soccer hooliganism stuff came in. I really love those movies, especially Green Street Hooligans and stuff like that.
Great
So
movie.
It's an amazing movie. I love also my whole arm is a Lord of the Rings sleeve. So
fire.
Frodo Baggins, you got Elijah Wood there in Green Street Hooligans.
Yep.
And I mean, there's a whole bunch of Stone Island, and from there, I just kind of got into looking at Stone Island and like their sister company, CP Company, and from there, I mean, damn, these guys have like thermosensitive jackets. I mean, like this is crazy stuff. Like with Off-White, you're paying like $800 for a basic jacket. Like you're not getting anything different off the market. Here, Stone Island, you got these like thermoreactive ice knit sweaters, and you put like an ice pack on it, it'll turn blood red, and like. Anyway, crazy stuff. So I got really into Stone Island, CP Company, and that's kind of where my interests are right now. Yeah.
Honestly, like I feel like more people need to act like that. No, not necessarily the whole like, oh, it's too big, I'm off of it kind of thing, but the whole vibe of like, trying to be different. Like I feel like that's not expressed enough anymore. Like everyone kind of wants to look the same. Like Jordan 1s are cool, everyone buys a Jordan 1. I can't get a Jordan 1 high, I'm gonna get a mid, I'm gonna get a low. Nothing against those two silhouettes, but I hate them both. Like dunks are cool now, so everyone wants dunks. Like people aren't looking for not just the next cool thing, but like their own thing. So definitely admirable that you spoke about it, not in the sense that like, oh, I'm trying to be like, I don't like that it got this big. Like I'm not the whole hipster vibe, but just like I want to be different. I want to be unique. Like it's a different feel, and I definitely fuck with it. I like it.
Listen, I don't have any problem with anybody who loves to wear Off-White and stuff like that. We all went through the Fat Farm phase, so and
Nice.
Sean John and stuff. So everyone's got their phase, and then at a certain age and a certain point, you want to really like define your style, define your voice, and stuff like that. And yeah, I found there's really not a lot of people into it in here in Canada at large, let alone like Montreal and stuff. So yeah.
100%. So what kind of is like that was really good because you gave your whole kind of like streetwear timeline, but what's the sneaker timeline like what did you start with, where did it kind of go, and where are you at right now?
My God, I was trying to relive my childhood. I mean, everyone does that. They want to get the shoes they had or didn't have when they were kids. And the one shoe that I had that I really, really loved was like a Reebok BB something, whatever. I forget the number. And it was a white and red, super beautiful, like leather and stuff. And that's when you wore baggy pants with high tops or like mids and stuff. And you like kind of tucked them in a bit. And oh man, I was super into those shoes, and I was just like, I gotta get those. And then I went into like really retro basketball shoes. I was always a fan of like the Converse Weapon and Brooks and like those old school, like crazy aggressive designs on old school basketball shoes. Yeah. Then I said, well, let me check Jordans, because those things can be like an investment. Little do you know, like every kid starts out thinking shoes are an investment. They're not. They're toys. Let's be really real. You want to invest, you get in the stock market or you buy watches like a Rolex, like these things. So I got into Jordans, and my first Jordan was a Jordan 6 Black Cat.
Nice. Okay, yeah. The leather joints, right? Leather with the 3M.
But it was perforated all over.
Yeah,
3M under everything. Yeah. So I got into those, and I got some questions. The Allen Iverson Jadakiss collab, and then from there, yeah, from there it just went on. I would say 90% of my collection is basically Jordans. 1% is like designer. Like I got a few Balenciagas, Calvin Klein, a bunch of things like those. And then the rest is like miscellaneous, like Vans or Adidas. I got rid of all my Yeezys, not into it anymore. But yeah, that's my sneaker timeline.
Nice. Really all over the place, just the way we like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And what's kind of, so we know what got you into it and where you kind of went and where you are now. What's keeping you into sneakers now? It's been however long a road, not too long a road, like what, 6-ish? I don't know when the Black Cat 6s came up, but maybe 6-7 years ago. What's kind of keeping you into it now?
You know what? It's the crazy concepts. Like when I see a dog walker, like an SB dog walker, like I'm down for that. You show me the velvet ones that we had this year. What were they again? The Dunk Lows.
The Strange Love.
Strange Love.
The Strange Loves. You show me the Strange Loves. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's what's keeping me in sneakers. The concept sneakers or the sneakers with stories. I mean, those are the things. Now I've really, really curated my collection. Like now I just go for the things I really, really, really want. But then, like I said, if I don't get them, I don't cry over it. So, I've spent a lot less on sneakers and stuff now. I just kind of really go for the ones that have like cool stories, cool concepts.
So what you're saying is you're planning on buying a $1,300 USD pair of Air Force Ones with a piece of space on them.
I am.
Good answer.
I am. Sorry, not. I am.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not.
You cut out for a second there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's no real way to introduce what we're going to talk about next. We alluded to it a little bit earlier in the most non-discreet way ever. But let's jump right into it. So you hit us up like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago with like the most brazen DM ever, and it was like kind of like, how do we not talk to this guy about what he wants to talk about? So essentially there's no way to introduce this except for letting you do it yourself. I need you to introduce and give the rundown of why you thought you needed to be here, and tell the people what's up.
Yeah, no problem. So I basically hit you guys up because I was like, let me share this story about this sneaker that I created for, a previous employer. I thought it was a pretty interesting story, and you guys have never had anybody come on who's like made their own sneaker, has their own sneaker brand or something like that. So I figured
Correct.
we could get a little behind the scenes look at how a sneaker is made kind of from scratch. So I used to work for Brazzers. Brazzers is an adult entertainment company.
Can you say it one more time, but not the proper way so people know what you're talking about? Like say it the way everyone else says it.
No, Brazzers. That is the proper way to say it.
No, not the proper way.
Oh,
Brazers.
Brazers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
just so everyone knows, you were talking about Brazers, Brazzers, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the name originated from the founders, the way they would pronounce Brazzers. You're my brother. So they came up with that as the brand name.
Strange for an adult film website to be named after siblings, but anyways, where'd they come up with that, right?
So basically, I wanted to give you guys like a behind the scenes of how I made that. I made a sneaker in collaboration with Sur, so SSUR. If you guys don't know Sur, you may recognize. Excuse me for swearing here, but Come Des Fuck Down.
Yep.
So Come Des Fuck Down is like a parody on Comme des Garçons. Comme des Garçons, obviously, you guys recognize that. They've done countless collabs with Nike and stuff. They've dipped their toes into the streetwear and stuff pool. So these guys did a parody on that, and then it was popularized by the ASAP mob. So ASAP Rocky and everyone who did a photo shoot and stuff. I believe it was for Vice, and did music videos, and they were spotted everywhere, always wearing Come Des Fuck Down. Toques especially, but T-shirts and all kinds of stuff like that. So long story short, actually, it's not a long story short. I'm going to get into all the details. So,
please do.
Basically, I worked in Safe for Work marketing. Safe for Work marketing is to define it, it's all marketing that's non-nude, just to bridge the mainstream with the adult world. So basically taking Brazzers and saying, how can we get the mainstream press to talk about the brand? It was to increase brand awareness. They weren't really doing too much of this at the time. So when I stepped in, it was just myself and the director. And what we ended up building after I was about there 3.5 years, what we ended up building was an entire department to service all the brands that they hold, about 15 or so people, servicing all the brands in the company, which is like 16 or so brands, which is pretty crazy. And the Safe for Work marketing was essentially that, increasing brand awareness. So one of the concepts that I had back in 2017, when the marketing calendar for 2018 was coming up, we were planning, I said, you know what? Like I was really into sneakers at this time. You know, I was kind of early in my sneaker collecting and stuff. And I said, you know what? Why don't we make a sneaker? Like this was on the heels, no pun intended, of the pie tops coming out. Pizza Hut did their pie tops, where you can order pizza from these pie tops and these sneakers with the shoe surgeon and stuff. So we actually contacted Shoe Surgeon to see how much it would cost to make a shoe, and the price point was absurdly high.
It's not cheap
per sneaker.
Yeah.
No, it's you want to think their retail prices, like the prices that they sell them on the store are, like the cost to make them, because they're really, really like they're handmade, right? Like I would almost say each one is basically bespoke and stuff. You know, it's not necessarily like a mega mechanized process. So we had to pass on that one. And basically we found a brand. I reached out to Surf because they had similar values, similar messaging, a lot of like kind of, they had eroticism / intimacy in their core values and in some of their designs and stuff. So I said, this fits, it's on brand with Brazzers and stuff. Let's get to talking. So, we got a few emails back and forth, did some phone calls, and everybody was on board. We said, okay, cool. Like, let's do a collab. We'll make a sneaker. That'll be like the statement piece, and then we'll make clothing around it. So back to your question about, Matt, how do you plan your outfits? Sneakers first or clothes first? It's the same way we plan collaborations. We did sneakers first and then clothes that would fit the sneaker. So we came up with velour tracksuits, all over print tracksuits, latex rain jackets, black and yellow. I mean, some crazy stuff. We even came out with disposable cameras because, cameras and like streetwear in the adult world, like it just kind of made sense, disposable, like things you don't want to see. So it just kind of worked. Like the concept really came together organically. And so it went back and forth. And when it came to the sneaker, I was sending them some references of old basketball sneakers that I was really into. Again, same thing that I told you guys about, like the Converse Weapon, the Brooks, these old school basketball shoes that had these like aggressive type looks. And everybody was trying to go crazy to compete with, like, we've got the best ankle support. We've got the lightest ones. Reebok coming in with their pump and saying, like, they're trying to throw all this technology and all this structure into shoes to try and make them different. And I said, this era of basketball sneaker was super cool. I said, let's take that type of sneaker, boil it down to its bare essentials, okay? Because Brazzers and Sur both use minimalist design styles to represent the brands and how they make their clothes and stuff like that. So I said, let's boil it down to its raw essentials, and we'll get like a kind of classy, cool streetwear sneaker out of this that's on brand for, and it suits everyone. So once the reference photos were sent over, we got some designs sent back. I wasn't into designing at this point, so I can only say I kind of like co-designed and fed into the designs that were being done. But the designer from Sur sent it over. We gave some notes, changed some things up, some suggestions of materials here and there. And then when that finally came back, we were all done. Then we went to find a producer for the sneakers. And that was done so that's all done via WhatsApp and stuff. And we were communicating with somebody.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. There were no flights being paid though to go down and see the samples. These were all photos, videos, chats being done via WhatsApp. And they sent us a quick look-see sample. And this was basically taking like raw materials, any materials that they had lying around. If they have it in the brand colors that we suggest, which was black and yellow, then cool. But if they don't, like, it's more or less just to get kind of the silhouette proper and approved. So that's how the acronym Presto collabs kind of came up. The pink and green and or pink and blue acronym Prestos with the zip up thing, like those crazy colors. I think the legend was, or whatever, that those were like a look-see sample that were just put together with spare materials, kind of like that, and they were just kind of like, hey, this plays well, like let's make that the sneaker. So
that's kind of fun. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they build it based out of whatever they have lying around, get the approval on the silhouette. Once that's done, they go into making the actual sample. We also had to decide on sole at this point. So the outsole, we had to go with a generic outsole. Reasons being, there's all kinds of intellectual property things that you're going to have to, everybody wants their own original soul, but you have to fight to get one that looks different than everyone else's. That requires more design work, a CAD design, possibly a 3D CAD design, possibly to get it done. And it's overwhelmingly expensive to get one single mold, the metal mold done. That could cost about $1,000 US. Okay. That's one shoe. That's one shoe. Like you need 2 feet. So that's $2,000, right? I would hope anyway. Yeah, that's $2,000 per size. Now that's per size. Yeah. That's one per size. That's one per size. So we did a size run of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If you wanted to do half sizes, you got to double that. That's 10 molds. Oh so no, we went with full straight size 7 to 11. And then we took a generic sole that already existed, so we just designed on top of the generic sole. And then we got our salesman samples. So the salesman samples are the samples that you get. Like, imagine you were like a vacuum clean salesman. There's like, here's 10 vacuum cleaners. All you guys go out door to door, and if these, if you're able to sell the pre-orders and stuff on these, will fulfill the order, it will make more. So we took the salesman samples that we got and gave them to a bunch of our performers, influencers, and YouTubers and media. So actually we got quite a few, we got them in the hands of quite a few influencers. We had JC Lopez, so 2J's Kicks. Okay. We had Seth Fowler, Hess Kicks did a review. Jacques Slade recently did a review. He pulled them out saying they're one of the weirdest collabs that he ever got or reviewed, which is really cool. We were going to send one, I think, to Kais, Bullet RC, Tony D2 Wild, but Bullet, his feet were too big. He was like a 12 or so, and Tony D2 Wild. And some people got them and didn't do anything with them. They couldn't review them. They're like, oh, my audience is too young, but thanks,
That makes sense.
And that, so, I mean, it doesn't hurt that, the fact was so the way I pitched the sneaker, the way we actually got it approved was that I pitched the sneaker as being the first the official first adult entertainment sneaker ever made. And
that's
that
it'd
be the first, and that it'd be the very first adult entertainment sneaker on the market that you have to be 18 plus to buy. So this is the first shoe that you ever had to prove that you were 18 plus or to buy. I'll get into how we did that later. I can do it right now, actually. Basically, at the point of checkout, we had a pop-up that appeared. It's kind of like if you would visit a site. We had to keep the theme, again, consistent with the brand and stuff like that. It's basically like if you would visit an adult site, you have a pop-up that says, first, what's your age? Are you 18? Okay, this is your age. And then second, what is your name? Because the name that you enter on that pop-up would have to match the name of the credit card that was being applied, because they won't issue a credit card to people under 18, right? So it had to match the name of the person during your payment method at checkout. So that was one of our ways of kind of ensuring that people only 18 or plus or could purchase a sneaker. So that was the angle and everything like that. So back to the salesman samples. We got our salesman samples. We sent them out to media. We sent them out to influencers. We had some say they could cover, some say they couldn't. Complex passed, not to say exactly why, but it's because they had a brand deal that week that prevented them from covering any other brands that were not like that major brand. And I won't say which brand it was, but they said, yeah, we're sponsored by this
they did like
brand
a takeover or something. That makes sense.
Yeah. So like for the full week during, December, whatever, we were releasing it December 8th, 2018. So during that week, they're like, yeah, this brand is doing coverage only for this brand. So I was like, oh, okay. All right. That kind of sucks. But every other major sneaker brand was kind of interested. We sent them some samples and stuff like that, and they got to see them. After that was all done, I think that was about 50 or so pairs. We had the final 100 pairs made up. So there's only 150 pairs of these in existence. Wow. Only 150. And I know because I helped place the order. We'd sent about 50 out, and the other 100 was divided between Sir and Brazzers. So 50-50 quite literally in terms of stock. And you can't buy the collection anymore. It's now available on StockX. If you missed out, which is actually pretty cool. So
I was going to say that's how you know you've made it. Like if you can make anything and it ends up on StockX, I don't care what the fuck it is. Mm-hmm. That's validation that it was good enough to catch StockX's eye, and they have your stock photos on their website. And like I checked some have sold on StockX. So someone went out of their way to double check, is the Brazers collaboration on StockX, and then they bought one.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's quite crazy. I mean, I'm just super humbled that the sneaker community acknowledged like my contribution to it. You know, I've always wanted to do something. That's why I got a YouTube channel going and everything. But man, this was crazy. Like, and you know, my legacy's cemented. I don't even need kids anymore. I don't need kids. I mean, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I'm here for life. So. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's, I think, the journey to getting it created. Yeah.
That's, I mean, like, it's hard to say where to go from that. Like, I guess the first follow-up question is, how many porn stars did you meet?
You know, the launch party
if you don't want to.
Didn't happen. The launch party didn't happen, and we were supposed to have a few like really popular ones there at the launch party, but just things didn't work out in the end in California. But yeah, no, and I haven't really met any. You know, I'm over here in Montreal, so I was working in marketing in Montreal, so it's kind of like a satellite office type thing. Everybody's over down in like California or in like, you know, in the hills and stuff. So, yeah, no, didn't get to meet many for this release, but it was more for like the YouTubers and the media really to get them talking about it. Again, bridging the mainstream stuff. So.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like I think it's funny that these, or at least that one adult film website has, I'm assuming, an NSFW marketing and safe for work marketing. Like, I want to know what the guy in NSFW marketing had to say at his interview to be able to get into marketing that's NSFW. Like, that's like goals upon goals for every 12-year-old out there. Like that.
Well, they wouldn't hire a 12-year-old.
No, I don't mean like. Oh dear.
Actually, you know what? I didn't even get to explain one of the best parts. I was most proud of the name of the collection. So the name of the collection is the Adult Materials Collection, because the double entendre materials. Yeah. So that was it was fun. It was really pretty cool. And you know what? I give you guys like stories, so I got the shoe right here, and I can break down a little bit the parts of it that stand out in terms of the concept. All around the sneaker, you've got yellow pieces of material, and they kind of look like a spotlight. It's basically to cast a light on the golden era of the adult entertainment world, which is kind of between like the 70s and 80s or so. There's a lot of movies made about that time. And so we decided to put a spotlight on both the medial and lateral sides of the sneaker, kind of like blasting across the sneaker, which is really cool.
Okay, I see it.
And on the tongue, and on the strap of the sneaker, you can see the brand names. The brand names are kind of cut out in these little cutouts. They're only visible like that. That kind of harkens back to the good old days of Coney Island peep shows, where you had to like look in a box and stuff like that. So really cool, fun thing that we did there. And then on the inside, the size tag and on the box is basically like a, I'd say like a movie box logo. So we kind of did like, we did like not a parody, but like our own version of it. So it was rated X. And the cool thing about rated X is that A, that rating does exist, but B, we have the two brand names, one above the other. So it works as Brazzers X Sir, like a collab, you know? So there's a lot of thought that goes into these things. And I worked on this with the designer, which was really cool. And it came out really nice. I was super proud of the project.
100%. First of all, congratulations. I mean, like, I think this shoe came out a couple years ago now.
2018.
2018, yeah. So it's a little bit of a belated congratulations, but congratulations nonetheless. Like, the details are, like you mentioned earlier, like, you're in it for the details and the stories and the uniqueness. Like, this highlights all of it for sure. Like, and it's really cool to be able to talk to someone who thought it out and designed it. I want to know, though, what was, like, the toughest part about it? Like, you mentioned a lot of this was going through, like, WhatsApp. It was, like, a little bit difficult. It's also difficult to even get people to cover it, because it's essentially, it's as much as it's the SFW section of an adult website, it's still an adult website at its core. So I'm sure there's a lot of, it's a touchy subject in general. What was kind of like the hardest part about this whole project?
Oh my God. I think building the sneaker from afar was pretty tough, because we had to choose swatches based on pictures. We couldn't really choose swatches based on touch. And also we were working with synthetics, because Russ Carablin, the founder, which is, for those who don't know, the name of Sir spelled backwards, SSUR is Russ. So I learn something new every day. So Russ is a vegetarian. He was very adamant that we use like non-real leathers and stuff like that. So we went with synthetics. We use this really, really nice synthetic, smooth synthetic black leather as the base of the sneaker, and then for all the pieces of gold or yellow that we put on top of the sneaker, that material was a textured / tumble type synthetic leather as well, which came out really nice. Given that we didn't get to touch it and stuff beforehand. And there's some plastic eyelets on there, 3 on each side, so about 6 in total, and a mesh textured tongue. So I think building the sneaker from afar was one of the toughest things. Yeah.
Damn. I mean, as much as this is the most interesting thing, one of the most interesting things I've ever heard, it's just telling me that we need a sneaker collaboration, guys, because like the details you're able to think of and like being able to speak to somebody who's like able to break them down. It's like, I'm not going to gas you, but it's like if we're talking to Tinker about the Air Max 1 or we're talking to Matt O about the Brazzers 1, like it's not too far off. Like we're there. What was the name of the sneaker one more time? I don't want to call it the Brazzers 1, but
no. So it's the worst name ever, but it's the Brazzers X Sur High Top. I mean, it was
everything had the most thought put into it, and then the most literal name for the sneaker.
I don't know. It was like for legal reasons or something. We just had to go with something that couldn't be interpreted as like a borrowing from any other sneaker that existed. So we just said, let's just go with like a literal definition of what it was.
No, there's no hate. There's no hate. You don't have to be bro. You designed a sneaker that made it to production, and you have it behind you, and you can hold it in your hand, and it's on StockX.
StockX, yeah.
I've made a Nike ID one time, and I thought I was a superhero. Like you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of a lot of other people. Matt, this was like incredible. It's incredible to hear the story just in general. We hope that after this is over, you give us all premium access to Brazzers. Like I hope you have just a bunch of.
I don't work. I want to clarify.
I know you don't work there anymore, but I'm sure you know, like the corporate password or whatever, like for free, unlimited premium. You know, you of course you have to say no now. Like that's yeah, I don't have it, but once we stop recording, you can just send it to the chat and say, okay, it's 12345XXX, and you can just blink.
A great strong password.
Super secure. You always do the thing they least expect, which is the most obvious, the most secure. Matt O, this was incredible. This was awesome. I'm sure we'll have you back again because you mentioned before you can talk, and you talked, and we listened. It was incredible to hear you, and we thank you for being here, bro.
Hey, man, boys. Thanks for having me on the show. Really long time been waiting for this.
Yeah,
man. Excited.
We were happy to have you, man. And like I said, we will have you back. Thank you, Matt O, and thank you everyone who has supported and or been a part of the podcast wherever you're taking in the episode. Please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. We've got a Facebook group we use as a forum, sell stuff, and connect with you guys called CGS Talk. You can find it on facebook.com/group/CGS.talk. We've also got a website we use for reviews, recap stories, and much more called CanadaGotSold.ca. If you have any questions or suggestions for any of our segments, like the Soul Poll, Sneaker Writing for Dummies, or the Fire Round, shoot us a DM or email us at CanadaGotSoul@gmail.com. Of course, do not forget to use hashtag CanadaGotSoul on Instagram for a feature. I've been Lawrence Hopkins. You can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Woof.
I'm Joel Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D3OsNEY.
My name's Alvin Quincy, and you can find me at MISTERQ. And then Mart.
Did you forget, or did you dramatic effect, or was that...
Trying to be like you?
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, throw some stutters in there. All right, I fuck with it. Matt O, where can they find you on Instagram, and plug that YouTube one more time?
Yeah, I'm Matt O, and you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at MATTOHMTL.
Beautiful.
Sick.
Thank you, Matt O, and thank you all for listening to us talk about sneakers for 134 episodes. And please remember to rock your kicks. This has been True to Size. We have been CGS and Matt O, and we are out. Peace. All right, so I'm just going to write it down. The password is 1, 2, 3.